Up to 25% of children regularly struggle with sleep issues. So how can you help your child get a good night's sleep? And should melatonin be part of the solution? Hello friends, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Lindsay Dixon. I'm a pharmacist, an author, and now also a YouTuber. On this channel, we dive into evidence-based health insights to help you advocate for your health and live a longer, healthier life. First of all, a reminder that this video is for educational purposes only. Please do not make any changes to your vitamins, medications, or supplements without talking to a healthcare provider. Making any changes to your medications or supplements could have adverse health effects, and you should not be using the videos on this channel to make your health decisions. If your child is struggling with sleep despite your best efforts, it might be time to check with their pediatrician. Although uncommon, more serious conditions such as childhood sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome could be the cause. Now, you definitely should be consulting a doctor if your child is showing significant daytime sleepiness, if they snore or have abnormal breathing during sleep, or if they have a suspected psychological or developmental condition. So what is melatonin and how does it work in the body? Melatonin is a hormone that is naturally produced by the brain, and it regulates the sleep-wake cycle in the body. Sometimes melatonin supplements are recommended for children experiencing difficulty sleeping, whether the cause is insomnia, ADHD, or even autism-related sleep issues. A 2019 review of 18 studies involving over 1,000 children found that melatonin improved both the time it took for kids to fall asleep and the total sleep duration. Now, despite these positive results, there are still a lot of unknowns about melatonin's long-term effects, particularly on children's hormonal development, puberty, and menstrual cycles. In general, melatonin should only be used in children as a short-term solution and only under the direction of a healthcare professional. Now, in terms of dosage for children ages 5 and over, we know that while a low dose, around 0.5 to 1 milligrams at bedtime, may be effective in the short term, again, we don't yet fully understand how chronic supplementation might impact growing children. Now, if you're considering medications or supplements to help with sleep, we know that a key component of improving sleep quality is about creating the right environment and habits. Here are some quick tips you can implement today to help make bedtime easier for your child. First of all, implement a screen curfew. There should be no screens for at least 1 hour before bedtime. We know that the blue light and fast-moving graphics on screens like iPads and televisions disrupt our body's natural release of melatonin. Avoid scary or violent content during the day, and avoid caffeine, including hidden sources of caffeine like tea or chocolate. You also want to ensure adequate exercise. Make sure your child gets at least 1 hour of physical activity daily. This can be indoors or outdoors. Getting enough movement during the day can have significant impact on the time it takes to get to sleep, as well as the quality of sleep. Also, creating a routine, so a 20-minute bedtime routine with calming activities every night for bed, will signal to the brain that the child is getting ready for sleep. You also want to set a consistent bedtime, so try to stick with the same bedtime every day, even on weekends. This helps the body to regulate the release of melatonin in the brain and signal to the body when it's time to start preparing for sleep. Finally, as hard as it is, don't let your child sleep with pets. Pets' movements can disrupt your child's sleep. And when it comes to your child's bedroom, you really want to create a sleepy bedroom for them, and you can do this by paying attention to the following details. Keep the room temperature low, say around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 degrees Celsius, to help the body cool down. You can use noise-blocking curtains or white noise machines to eliminate disturbances. Dim the lights as bedtime approaches and keep the room as dark as possible. Also, you can try calming scents like lavender to promote relaxation. Getting back to melatonin and whether this is right for your child. It's very important to keep melatonin out of reach from children. A recent study found a troubling rise in melatonin overdoses among children. Reports to U.S. poison control centers have jumped from about 8,000 cases in 2012 to over 52,000 cases in 2021. While many hospitalizations were due to intentional overdoses by teens, the biggest spike in hospitalizations involved children ages 5 and under. Also, for those in the United States, you need to know that melatonin is not regulated by the FDA. A study in JAMA found that some melatonin products contain dangerously high levels of the hormone, while others had none at all and were filled with CBD instead. So it's important to choose melatonin products carefully. And again, consult with a licensed healthcare professional when in doubt. Now, if you'd like to learn more about melatonin and its potential use for anxiety, you can check out this video here. You can also explore my sleep and insomnia playlist, where I cover evidence-based tips for managing fatigue and overcoming insomnia. In summary, while melatonin may provide short-term benefits for children with specific conditions, it's essential to use it cautiously and consult a healthcare professional before starting any supplement. With good sleep hygiene and the right sleep environment, you may find that supplements aren't always needed to improve your child's sleep. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more evidence-based health insights. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.